I'm back here still retwisted, but fuck it. I was like, I'm gonna go rough today. You know, why not? It's YouTube. Who cares? Who cares? Y'all don't give a fuck about how I look. Y'all care about what I'm reacting to. And today we're reacting to a J. Cole video, man. What's the dirt broke down? Apparently this nigga was dissing somebody on Poor Thing. I just listened to Poor Thing again earlier. Beautifully made song. That second verse, that punk bitch verse, that's definitely about somebody, probably from the Ville, who gave me the pass to say the Ville. J. Cole himself. Let's react to this bullshit. This video.
J. Cole dissed a rapper on Diss 29, track 5 of The Fall Off. The song is called Poor Thing, and the entire internet got the rap.
Before we start, I know y'all niggas still watching the video. Why the hell is it called Diss 29 and Diss 39? Enlighten me.
Wrong. Everyone claimed it was a Fayetteville rapper by the name of 910 Space, but in this video,
Of course, Screwface would say some bullshit like that.
Definitely not him, and I'll also point out Cole's true target. The internet picked the wrong target, and once you see all the receipts, you'll understand why it's not 910 Space.
As usual.
First off, Poor Thing is one of my favorite tracks on this album, and I'm definitely not alone.
Definitely a
However,
hit.
the track raised some eyebrows in reference to who Cole could be talking about because of what he's saying.
Bitch, you more like me than them niggas, you still a geek, punk, bitch. You can't hide it with tattoos on your physique, punk.
When a lot of listeners first heard this
That's
track,
when they get crazy.
they started trying to link the lyrics to Kendrick and Drake. Even after
That's
2 years, the ripple effect
That's what everybody
of the
do.
battle has still consumed a portion of the culture, so much so that everything seems to be read into as if it's a diss. Some people were saying Kendrick,
it sounded like a diss.
Drake, but it wasn't related to either one of them. In
Yeah.
saying that, I do see where they're coming from,
You can tell,
because it was clear that Cole was talking to someone, but the question is who?
he was definitely talking about somebody from the
In the
Ville.
second verse, he begins to paint the picture for us, and the person that he's addressing is clearly someone that he's known for a long time.
He talk like he lied, but I remember him from high school.
This is someone from back in the high school era. Now, before we get into who this person is and the history behind it, we need to talk about where J. Cole was at during this time in his life.
Facts.
As per Cole himself, Diss 29 tells the story of him returning to his hometown of Fayetteville at the age of 29. We see this with the James Taylor song on the intro.
Diss 29 because he's 29 years old.
Unofficial anthem of Carolina and being homesick.
I
So there's the
started
intro.
getting homesick, and I thought of this song and my home.
By the way, hit the like button and drop a comment for me, because that really does help. So it's at this point where he's coming fresh off the success of 2014 Forest Hills Drive, and he's still living in New York. Cole basically dropped the album and was at a fork in the road in life, and the path that he decided on was to get engaged, married, and move back to his home state.
And once I knew, I just went and got the ring. Like, it wasn't even
damn, this nigga done lived
also moved from
a long time.
North Carolina.
Nigga done got
With
married
all that said,
and moved back to his own hometown.
Poor Thing. A lot of people have run with the narrative that it's a Fayetteville rapper by the name of 910 Space, but when you line up the details, it doesn't make any sense.
Oh, he got a J. Cole
Space
diss?
said himself that he didn't believe the record was about him. His reasoning was pretty simple. None of Cole's shots matched his life. He didn't grow up with both parents, he didn't come up in a nice neighborhood, he grew up in the projects, and he didn't even come up in the same age group because he was older than Cole. Space was very clear in saying that he didn't know J. Cole when they were young, and that they didn't go to the same school.
So he just dissing Cole
in his own
just because he another nigga from his city.
That song adds up with his situation.
That's lying.
And if there's anyone that would love that track to be about, damn, it's that guy, right? But even he hears it and says, like, nah, like, he can't even justify it to himself that it's about him. You got to think this album is following a theme, and Cole is starting us off around 2013, 2014 in his life. 910 Space didn't directly diss J. Cole until 2024 when he urinated on his house, and he also dropped the full-on diss track.
Remember light-skinned Jermaine swore he knew the game, got a record deal and he took it to the brain.
Okay, so if it's not 910
Before we get to anything else, that shit was garbage.
Space, then who could Cole be talking to? Well, I believe Cole's true
I can tell
target
by
is
them
an
first 2
ex-NFL
bars.
player turned rapper from Fayetteville named Tank Tyler. Tank was drafted to the NFL in 2007, and unlike
Nigga should have
9
stayed in the field.
he is the exact same age as
Damn.
J. Cole. They were both
He was born
in
on
1985.
February 14th. Nigga
Tank
was born on
played in the
Valentine's Day.
NFL for around 4 years before jumping into hip-hop.
I got a chopper in the car, and she spitting number flames. That's about me in the hood. Bitch, I bet they know my name.
Due to being from the same city, eventually
I
the
ain't
two
never heard of that nigga.
connected, and Tank had high hopes that J. Cole
That
would help
nigga
promote
was
his music
named
career.
to what
When
the
that
fuck he was
didn't
finna be. That
happen,
nigga
it
is
seems as
definitely
though
a
he
tank.
attempted to extort Cole
Big as hell.
and basically told him if he wouldn't do any records with him, then Cole couldn't come back to Fayetteville. It all
nigga
seemed
don't-
to start at a nightclub called Speak Easy in the Ville. I can't be 100% sure about the date, but I do know Cole was there on March 1st, 2012. Cole was in VIP that night, and so was Tank Tyler. Apparently, Tank had been texting Cole to try to get him to work on some music,
Bro,
and Cole never hit him back.
I ain't gonna
For
say
that
nothing.
reason,
It
Tank
be your
was
fans,
already
bro.
feeling away, so
It
when
be the
the
niggas
two
that
met
idolize
in
you.
the club, things started to go left, and it was actually 910 Space who allegedly put things at ease. I know that you see 910 Space dissing Cole over the last couple years, but back at this point, they were actually cool.
He ended up in a situation with Big Tank. They was in there. I went over, spoke to my people from the Merc. They had a VIP. Cole has VIP. I told him, yo, man, y'all leave that shit alone. He with me. He always gonna be with me. And we not doing that.
However,
So why the fuck
even
you
after
diss him
that
and piss on his
exchange,
house?
while Cole was back in New York, Tank allegedly hit him up and said, a collab would benefit us both. I
No,
can
it
offer
wouldn't.
you protection in Fayetteville and in the streets, to which Cole told him to eat a dick.
Facts,
And Cole
nigga.
did this on a Funk Flex freestyle.
Niggas try extorting me to get a verse up out of me. Nigga eat dick, your street shit don't apply to me. I walk around dolo, no security YOLO. So if a nigga plan to put a bullet through my polo, cause I wouldn't help his promo, so be it. Kill you niggas without licking a shot, this Cold War. Soviet, no Vietnam, back in Vietnam.
You haven't listened. You type
Then
it
he
in,
dissed his
and then you
ass.
go
He
to-
said, fuck a verse, and I'm finna diss you on a radio show.
You know, this guy might be pretty big, but Cole clearly wasn't about to be threatened by him. He's
Fuck no.
clearly not afraid of him at all. Due to the
You tell that nigga
freestyle,
lame, that
Tank
nigga
fired
said-
back and dissed
That nigga said, you'll be cool in the streets if you give me a verse. That shit gonna benefit the both of us. Nobody know you.
Cole on the Let Nas Down beat, titling the track Let the Nom Down. You can see on this track where Tank is reacting to Cole's freestyle.
Said this nigga on Funk Flex sounded like you wanted beef. Could've simply said fuck the street shit, but you replied eat a dick, bitch. And now you let the nom down.
Tank also says that Cole can't just come into Fayetteville and act the way that he's been acting.
Can't any nigga just go run around the Ville flexing.
Tank continues on the track by saying that Cole can't come back to Fayetteville anymore, and that if he
Nigga
does,
still in
people will
Fayetteville.
be looking for him, and that he's not
He
even
ain't have
allowed
no
to
rank.
claim the Ville.
You ain't from the Ville, nigga. You can't even say that shit no more. Don't come back home doing no shows or none of that. The Merc Road niggas gonna be at all your shows, nigga. You should've listened. All for protection, nigga.
So what he said there was that the Merc Road Boys is going to be at every show that you're at, and you can't come back. When Tank talks about the Merc Boys, he's referring to the guys that are from the Murchison Road corridor in Fayetteville. This is a notorious.
Say you want about no street niggas. They know how to shorten they road names to make it sound more efficient.
crime rate
They
area,
really do.
known for gang activity. And
Murchison
it's also
Road
a
turned to
neighborhood that
Merc
Cole
Road.
shouted out
That's
on
just
track 3 of the Fall
that's just
Off,
genius.
which was Safety. But here's the thing, Tank wasn't from there either. Not even close. That diss track from Tank dropped on August.
Nigga dissing a nigga. Wait, what this nigga just say?
Shouted out on track 3 of the Fall Off, which was Safety. But here's the thing, Tank wasn't from there either. Not even close. That diss track from Tank dropped on August 11th, 2013.
So Tank-
And at the time, Cole was on a huge tour for Born Sinner. He was
The nigga
touring all
already-
over the world.
First of all, at 20, I didn't even realize how big, like, which is crazy. I just didn't think of it. I couldn't think of it. How big J. Cole was in like 2012, 2013. This nigga saying a verse for me would benefit, a verse would just benefit the both of us. A verse from you, Tank, would have not done shit for J. Cole at that point.
World, and he only went back to North Carolina one time, and that was in Charlotte. From there, he jumped right into recording Forest Hills Drive, and all that album was recorded in New York and LA. So up to this date, it seems as though Cole had not been back to Fayetteville, and basically
I'm pretty sure it went because of Tank ass.
before moving back was that he wasn't safe there anymore.
Oh,
in fact, it was just 4 months
may have
after
been
these
'cause Tank
threats
ass.
from Tank where Cole turned 29, which perfectly leads into Disc 1, which is the start of this album.
See, this nigga
with
What's the
that
Dirt be
said,
know
I
his
feel we
shit.
can now properly break down Cole's Poor Things.
This nigga back home been talking slick and I done heard on. Get your name going, niggas like that gon' throw they dirt on.
So again, sticking with the concept of Disc 1,
Niggas trying to
appears
latch
that
themselves to
is
Cole
not
to
living
come
in
up.
Fayetteville yet, as he refers to a guy back home who's talking slick and trying to get his name going. Around this time, Tank
sick of
was
seeing
trying
that
to
thick
promote
nigga ass nigga,
his
bro.
new mixtape.
Talk like he lied, but I remember him from high school.
Although Cole and Tank did go to different high schools, Tank was a football prodigy. Most kids in
Big head.
Fayetteville knew who he was because very few people from the Ville made it to the league, and Tank was a known athlete in the city. Even on the cover of one of the vinyls from the Fall Off, which were all pictures taken by Cole on a disposable camera at age 15, we see E. Smith High School, which was the school that Tank went to. So obviously Cole spent time around this school and had friends that went
Type
there.
shit.
Plenty nice a nigga didn't eat, punk bitch. Oh, damn, it was on the street, punk bitch.
Cole begins to contrast his upbringing with Tank's, drawing a firm line between the reality of Tank's facade.
When the Western Union's from you when I need it, punk bitch.
This bar is actually pretty crazy when you think about who Tank was. The guy made it to the NFL.
He did make it
had
to
a
the
lot of
NFL.
money at one point. So when Cole
he
says
lost all that
weren't no
shit.
Western Union, so
Nick
you
came
weren't
back, thought he was
needed,
big shit.
I don't think he's just talking about wiring money in general. I think he's hinting at why Tank had value to certain street dudes. Because in that world, Western Union
Japan.
is used to move money around, but you need a guy that's willing to provide their identification. If Tank is
Lame
sitting
as
there
hell.
with NFL checks and a name that opens doors, it's not hard to imagine him being some sort of cash cow because he had the resources that other people around him just didn't have. Even in traditional banks, a red flag probably wouldn't get raised as quickly with an NFL player withdrawing or depositing large sums of money. Both Tank's resources and his name could have been extremely useful in many different ways. And when you're someone like Tank, who's literally trying to build an image of a street rapper, like it kind of works for both of them.
Started rolling with niggas that's packing heat, punk bitch. More like me than them niggas, you still a geek, punk bitch.
In the first line, we already saw Tank referred to being around the guys from Murchison
He not even
Road,
from there.
area known for gun
That's some
violence.
that's some classic
Cole
6ix9ine
claims that
shit
Tank is
without
more
the
like him
snitching.
than any of the guys he's around, and
Nigga
calls
claims
him a
6ix9ine
geek.
from.
Now, Tank is someone that did great in school. Even by his own words from a college profile that I found,
He was a
he
smart,
said that
good
he lived
kid.
close by to some dangerous areas, but that he had people in his life to keep him on track. In fact,
So this is niggas is funny, bro.
graduated high school a semester early, which means he was clearly focused on his studies and football at the time and not being in the streets. The guy wasn't in the streets.
Nigga
when
became
he
a
was
street
doing
nigga
amazing
after
in
he got
high
out of
school,
the
graduated
NFL.
early, went to college, went to the NFL. That just didn't happen.
That's
Tank
so
was the Cape
backwards.
Fear Region Player of the Year. He was named an all-conference as a junior. Back in high school, he was definitely pushing weight, but that was a 437-pound bench and a
Nah, nigga
500-pound
big as hell.
squat. The guy just wasn't in the streets. Like he just wasn't. So again, J. Cole made a very
Lame
valid
too,
point
big
with
and
that
lame.
bar because they both did great in school. They both played sports. They both went to college. Tank is definitely a lot more like J. Cole than those guys from Merck Road.
You can't hide it with tattoos on your physique, punk bitch.
Even during his college years, Tank didn't seem to have a single tattoo, but at a particular point, he definitely started to get some ink on his body. Now, he's not the first guy to get tattoos at a high school, right? A lot of people do, but it does fit what Cole is saying.
You know what I'm saying? Guilty.
One thing that I can
Yeah,
confirm for sure
he
is
did say
that
that
Tank
he had people
definitely
guiding
grew
him,
up with two active parents that were able to teach him right from wrong.
which ain't a bad
Just off
thing.
my
Niggas act like it's a
research, his
bad
mom
thing.
was a very constant figure in his life, and for his father, he said the following: "Everything about me is in my history box DNA implanted in me from my greatest role model, John Tyler. Happy born day, Dad." So, unlike Cole, this guy really did have two parents that were in his life.
You ain't claiming no real section, your street wasn't lit. Man, your shit look like mine with hella tree trunk.
With this, I found that Cole wasn't lying either. I tracked down a couple of Tank's childhood
But this nigga,
homes,
what's the
and it is
dirt?
in my research that I discovered they were all surrounded by trees. None of these homes are
Pretty nice
even
little
close to
ranch
the
style
Murchison
house.
Road corridor, the same people he threatened and tried to extort J. Cole with. And Cole is right, the neighborhoods that Tank grew up in are very similar to that house on Forest Hills Drive. Everything seems to be lining up pretty damn good here.
That's when I started rhyming and making beats, some bitch. Way before you was lying about touching keys.
He's
Cole
some
makes it clear that he has been rapping and producing for a very long time. Tank's passion was
definitely has,
football,
bro.
and rap came later. In the second line, he references touching keys, which is a clever play on making beats, but also appears to
That's a
be a
bar.
full-blown fact that this guy was lying about his life.
A dope boy duffel bag with the cash in it. Still keep the trap jumping, fuck with me. Just got back from Philly, brought 100 pounds with me from my Camden niggas.
Just like a
It's so. He was about to say
lot of
just
rappers.
like a lot of rappers. In fact, a lot of rappers be capping about fucking selling cocaine. But you got out of NFL rapping about you done came back from Philly with 100 pounds with you, bro. You got 100 pounds. Who the fuck is you? El fucking Chapo?
Is a fraud. Like, you know, he got a
100 pounds? At least keep it realistic.
He's a sweetheart. And once Cole
100?
got back to the Ville, it
That's a
seemed
lot
like
of
he
pen.
genuinely wanted to run a fair fight
That's a
with this
person.
guy, but he
Worth for
also knew
cocaine.
the people he was around and the type of timing they were on.
Look, I'm back in the Ville so we can see punk bitch.
So with all that said, I
Nigga
believe
is
Tank
big, but
Tyler
I got
is
J.
the
Cole in that
rightful
fight, bro.
person that Cole is
Fuck
talking
this nigga,
about
bro.
on Poor Things,
Even though I don't even know this
because
nigga.
he was bold enough to tell Cole that he couldn't even come back to his hometown.
He ain't
tried
know
to
the Merc
extort
niggas.
Cole for
So shit.
promotion and threatened him
Same
with
shit. We got the
local
same
dudes.
type of
Cole clearly
relationship.
wasn't afraid of the guy because he told him to eat a dick and even dropped
Yeah.
that freestyle response.
A long time
This
ago.
was all around the same time before he decided to move back to Fayetteville. Everyone's running with the 910 space theory, but I don't think it's him. I don't think it's him at all.
What's it that you just
interesting
proved it
thing
ain't?
about Tank is he eventually molded right back into a person who seems spiritually similar to J. Cole. Eventually,
good
it
guy.
seems like he
Just
dropped
be a
the
good
street
guy.
act, and
Why you
today
gotta
he
be a
comes
street
off
nigga?
as a genuine soul who's living a really healthy and holistic life.
Shut up,
He
bro.
basically went from rapping about moving keys to setting up these stands and selling homemade juice. It
Say
seems like at a
this nigga
particular
a flat
point up
earther?
these stands.
Flat earther, parallel universe, Antarctican. Join me. This nigga done went crazy, but I'm glad that he found peace.
And selling homemade juice. It seems like at a particular point he got lost in the image of becoming a street rapper, but he was able to pull himself back in.
And I took it and made sea moss, uva ursi, coconuts, and you mix it in a circle of life, and that makes suco, the juice.
With that said, there was one other rapper that he grew up with that I felt I should mention. Someone else that Cole was cool with from Fayetteville while growing up was Rain 910. He
Rain
definitely
910.
knew him for a
Everybody
long
with
time,
a
and Rain is
910.
honestly a
Must be
phenomenal
the area
MC
code or
out
some
of
shit.
Fayetteville. This guy's really good.
At the Diamonds International, the ring she picked was classical. Premiered her Dior Riviera one piece on a jet boat. Let's go, that's the game, we're leaving. Well, that's a shame, but with laughter and lack of blame, we put our bags on the plane.
I could see a lot of Pusha influence in this guy, but the guy's definitely dope, which is kind of a perk of doing this. I get to find people like this guy. His music's really dope.
I need fucking ad blocker, bro. I know y'all niggas sick of me skipping ads.
However, when Cole got
that
signed,
shit 5 more minutes.
around
Fuck.
that same era that the issues with Tank were going on, where Rain did kind of throw some dirt on Cole's name.
What's up with you and J. Cole right now, man?
I forgot about this nigga.
I don't know, man.
Killer
Like,
Mike or
that's the
some
question
shit.
you would
No,
have
it's
to
not
ask
Killer
him,
Mike.
man. Like, you know, you come
What's
up
that
with
nigga
people,
name?
you know, you around during
The one eye
the
nigga.
nigga career and things they doing, and it's
He was
like
on Wildin' Out.
after a while, it's almost like niggas disappear. Like people just turn into different people. Like.
Now, is this enough for Cole to feel like he
Turn to
wants to
different
fight
people.
the guy? I don't think so. You got to understand, in order for me to do this sort of research, the lyrics for these rappers aren't even online. I physically had to listen to their discography to see if I can hear any sort of J. Cole disrespect. And for Rain, I just couldn't seem to find
Is this
any.
B-roll?
This guy definitely did not come from money, and I'm not going to get into his family history, but I don't think he had it all that good growing up from what I'm seeing. Outside of a few interview comments, there's just no direct shots coming from Rain during this era, and nothing that even the locals of Fayetteville.
So I'm gonna end the video here, man. We figured out who the nigga J. Cole was dissing. It definitely was interesting to hear it and not know who he was talking about, kind of like visualize. But as you know, the internet, they gonna run with a nigga. They all chose, who is it? This 910 space perp nigga, or this 910 space nigga. This nigga here. What's the dirt? Just prove that that's not the truth, bro. Don't believe everything on the internet, bro. Don't believe what the government tell you, bro. Be safe.